Live at 5, it's offer review, and it looks like Cosmic Crucible yesterday was started in matchmaking, and then it was stopped and canceled, and then we got a message from developers saying there was an issue today with Cosmic Crucible where not all players were properly put into matches. The team is investigating the issue and be corrected for the next trial. This means that the current trial has been canceled, so no Cosmic Crucible for this week at all. Additionally, compensation will be sent for the error. We appreciate your patience in the interim. All right, so no Cosmic Crucible. Also, yesterday, Coordinated Assault did not start, but it did start today. And then when the new raid season started today, it looks like they updated the raid milestones to the correct values. Now has some teal gear at the higher tiers. But we don't have any update on the T4s for Alliance War rewards for the season. So we're a lot of stuff in flux right now, but Cosmic Crucible was canceled for this week for sure. Also, spin cores and more cores and more cores. Have you run out yet? We'll get there. And I'm just going to share my way that I play and the way that I approach these milestones, and the way that I approach these milestones is this. I spend the same every single day, whether that is on campaign energy or Ice Age energy. I spend the 50s. Whether there's an event or whether there's no event, I do not change. I look at these events not as like something that I have to finish or I got to get ahead or I got to spend extra or anything like that. No. Because then that leads to like frustration marketing and spending and things like that. And I don't want to be a part of that. So what I do is I spend the same no matter what. I spend the 50s, whether there's an event, whether there's not an event. And when there's an event, I just spend the 50s. And the way that I look at the event is I don't care about the milestones. I do everything possible to min-max the event through free-to-play methods, meaning save raid keys, save all this stuff, whatever I've got to do to get the most points, but not power cores, not spending cores, because that is a fixed thing that I do spend. It's the same every single day. That way, when the milestones play out, I just look at it as like, hey, I played the game the way that I normally played. I played the event as efficiently as possible. And you know what? Bonus stuff is bonus stuff, and whatever I get. And if there are other milestones that are not finishable unless I spend a lot more power cores, well, then those were offers, and that's that. They were just offers. And if I wanted to buy an offer, I would go buy an offer. But I'm not going to play that game with their events. I'm not going to obsess about whether or not I finished all the milestones. I'm not going to try to spend 200 on this day and 100 on this day and spend 0 on this day. I'm not going to do that. That's just the way that I approach these events. Other people approach it a different path, different methods, and that's fine too. But that's the way that I look at these events. And guess what? It takes a lot of stress off these events where I play them as best as possible, and I don't have to worry about them. And I do just fine. Do just fine playing it that way. Next, find bug fix date. We have no idea. We have no idea what the find bug is. This has been one of the more frustrating bugs. Now, some people have told me that if they restart their device, it fixes. I can tell you that I have problems on my iPhone, but I don't have problems on my computer with an emulator. So I don't know. This has probably been one of the more annoying bugs that I've ever seen in this game. And then lastly, don't forget to let the developers know your frustration in your respective app stores. So, the app store is an excellent place. If you think the game is perfect and it deserves 5 stars, you can give them that rating. But it's up to you. Whatever you feel the developers, whatever the merits of this game, I think everybody should go when they have an opportunity and voice their own opinion, whatever that is. If you feel they deserve 4 stars or 3 stars or 2 stars or 1 stars, go ahead and put it on there. I think last time I looked, I think I had 2 stars on the game. That was what I voted for, because I think there's definitely a lot of room for an improvement, for sure. All right, let's collect. Hit the power core button, which takes me down to the bottom, and collect. And we're going to get into offer review. Some interesting offers today. Some things I don't really like, but we're gonna get into it. This exclusive offer now. This feels like a super feels bad like Gambit offer. Remember when Gambit came out? Like you couldn't just buy the Gambit shards or the Gambit orbs. You had to buy all this extra stuff. Well, this is the Spider Weaver orb offer, and this has been going on for a couple characters now, and I don't like them. So this right here, you got 6 orbs, and I value these orbs at $3 a piece. And these are the proper Spider Weaver orbs that give a minimum 6, average about 9. But you pretty much can count on these dropping like 6 to 8 shards per orb, even though there's a small chance of getting like a much higher, like 180, like a 1 in 2,000 chance, something like that. But I value them at $3 a piece, meaning that's $18, and there's no way that the rest of this adds up to $22. And so if you want these orbs, you're forced to buy this other stuff. And this is the same bad feeling like with the Gambit offers. So not so much a fan of that right there. Pick your team offer. So we've got symbiotes here. I'm not currently recommending symbiotes for anybody. If you have access to web warriors, my suggestion would be to look into them rather than symbiotes. So let's move on from there. Catch patch up. We don't need these strike pass catch ups. Let's move past them. Boy, I'm not going to buy this, but I believe this is going to be a hot seller right now. Beast in the higher Doom nodes for the Doom mutant lanes, and like specifically in like 3.4, 3.3, he can get one shot early, and it really feels bad. And a lot of people have been upgrading their beasts so that they can make it through the nodes, specifically node 2. There's some problems, so I'm not going to buy this. This is pretty expensive. You get an equal chance of a 5, 6, or 7 for $35. I believe Monel in my chat said that he had a 4-star beast and he bought this and he got a 6 on it, and that felt pretty good. But this is a Kraken snack in my opinion. But if you're struggling, and the thing too is like we're not really sure if the next Horseman team has largely been predicted as being a mutant raid team. So what are we going to do? We just struggle right now with Astonishing X-Men? I don't know. I think a lot of people would suggest to wait and see what kind of team the 4th Horseman is going to be rather than going crazy and upgrading your beast. But do what you got to do. I actually did upgrade my beast with gold promotion credits to 6 red stars just because the nodes were really challenging. Let's move on. Gold promotion credits. Speaking of gold promotion credits, oh my God. $35 for 40. You can buy this twice, and that gives you 80. 100 gold promotion credits is what's needed to take a single character from 5 stars to 6 stars. My goodness, that just seems outrageous. Then we've got Hulk Hunter starter bundle. So I see what they're trying to do there. They're trying to say, oh, maybe this is worth $10 to you. Maybe this is worth $10 to you. Then is this worth $5? Well, this is not quite worth $10. Maybe this is worth close to like $8. This is close to worth about $8. So this is, if you're super desperate for gold and training materials, and you've already typically took care of all the character, when a new like the Spider Weaver offers, you already have picked up all of those, then maybe you would consider this. But this is C- or lower offer, not too great in my opinion. Plus, who knows how much this is really worth, because we have no way of calculating the milestones out to the end. Let's move on. Hulk Hunter bundle. No. They've sold this many SBCs for much less. I think they've sold them for as low as $5, so that's not a good value. And then the Shield bundle. Back in the day, this would have been worth it just for Quake, but this idea behind this offer right here is to unlock Iron Man. But largely, these characters right here are on the bench. Quake does still see some gameplay with Black Bolt, but let's just move on. And then right here, T2 level 4 Ion. So we've got $49, $50 for 250. They have sold $75 or no, $100 for 750 in the past. I think these are all perfectly overpriced, being that to upgrade a single character to Blue ISO 3 to Blue ISO 4, you need 715,000 of these. Let's move on. We got gear. Boy, why isn't this guy farmable yet? My goodness, you think that this guy should be farmable by now, but he is not. I think they're going to hold on to him as long as possible, and I fear that he's going to be moved into premium orbs at a boosted 2% drop rate or some nonsense like that. They are being ultra stingy. That is an understatement. I believe these guys came out in October or November of last year. What is that, over 10 months? So still very important. Eternals, Circe and Icarus are very important characters. Anyways, 50 character charge for $30 is not a deal, but anyways, it is what it is. Superior basic catalyst offer. This is not a microtransaction. This is a macro transaction at $100, and you get 6,000. Of recent, this has been the best value. And if you break down individual SBC offers and compare them to this is typically the best deal. There was one broken offer several months ago. Some of you may have been able to take advantage of it where they were fully crafted pieces, but that was a different situation altogether. Raid of Fortune daily energy. So this is for the Raid of Fortune milestone progress. I have to say that event is largely an offer. There's like 2 days left on it, and I think I have gone through 70,000 points out of a maximum of 200,000. I don't see myself even getting to the Hulkbuster threshold, which is around 110,000, somewhere around there. Just again, I'm going to play this event as perfectly as possible without spending money and cores, just because of the event. I just don't believe in it, and whatever I get. That is fine. Same situation. Raid of Fortune, daily energy. So if you're pushing in a raid, this is cheaper than spending power cores. This is the equivalent of 300 power cores just for hitting raid refreshes. I think what most people need is raid heals. But anyways, this is better than spending power cores. All right. And then we've got daily dose of campaign energy. I would buy this if it was closer to $6-7. But this is not the worst deal. Let's move on. And then again, I'd buy this if it was closer to $13-14. But again, not the worst deal. Daily full bundle. Boy, this store is so annoying. What I was hoping to get out of this PhD store is to get some, the newer Hero Asgardian characters, which would be Valkyrie and Jane Foster, Mighty Thor. And you know what? I have not seen them shown up once, and I'm not going to feel like the store is just a scam to refresh. And I've resorted to purchasing teal gear. And so if you've been able to find Valkyrie and Mighty Thor, congratulations. It just hasn't happened to me. I'm not going to refresh the store. And those super hard to find teal pieces, I've been picking those up instead. All right, let's move on. Armory Orb. Yeah, let's go on. This is an actual 10% discount if you're a purchaser of power cores. If you were to buy this 3 times, it'd be $9 and you get 750, which they normally sell for $10. So it quite simply is a 10% discount. Let's move on. Mighty Thor right there, 50 character shards for $20, which they've tried recently selling this for $25. So they've gone back to the $20 pricing. And then I buy these orbs at $1.50 a piece. So not quite worth $5, just worth about $4.50, but not the worst deal. Power up your superior gear. They've tried selling for $100, 2,500 of these. Problem though too is that probably don't need these 2. Probably need these 3. I'm finding that it's still a pretty significant bottleneck, SBCs and these catalyst parts, but I'm also running into other issues with uniques and things like that. So maybe it's not as bad as it was a couple months ago, but it's still pretty bad. All right, let's move on. Gear. A lot of this gear is trash. We're going to move past this, and I don't think we have a lot left to look at. We're going to take a look at this right here. This is 75 Scarlet Spider. He is available in the War Store. Now, we were supposed to have Echo in the War Store as well last Wednesday, so I'm expecting that should be happening soon. And then also Kate is expected to go to Node Farmable, one of the 3-9s. I can't remember, maybe Mystic 3-9 if I remember correctly. And that's supposed to happen on Wednesday fingers crossed. We still don't have Echo, which was supposed to happen last Wednesday. Hopefully that'll be enabled early this week. I'll make a post about it for sure. I'll bring it up in offer review when it does happen. Again, this is why I was saying the $100 offer, has 6,000, where this is 20, multiply that by 4 and that would only be 4,000. So if you're, it's just really expensive, man. I'm not even considering. Now, I don't know what they're doing at this. I already, this is anchor pricing. These used to sell for $20 US for an Elite 4. And I don't know why they would raise the price by $5. I don't feel like this is a good value anyways. I feel like if it was closer to $10, maybe it would be worth considering, but I'm not interested. Pestilence Orb Party Pack. This is the Morgan Le Fay shard. If you're just looking for Morgan Le Fay, these average 3.54 Morgan Le Fay shards per orb. But you could just get, one on each side, a total of 2. There's other things in these orbs, so keep that in mind. It's not just Morgan Le Fay, but there's actually quite a bit of other goodies in there. I like these at $3 a piece, so that's a little bit pricey if you ask me. Same thing is true with the Rogue Shards. I don't think we're going to have the Rogue Shards here, but anyways. Fusion Reactor. Boy, I don't have a lot of Sunfire, and he seems very impressive at high yellow and red stars. But boy, $35 for 50 character shards. No, thank you. Sorcerer Supremes. Boy, I feel like a lot of people would be more interested in this if it was like Wong and Agatha, but that is just outrageous. Still probably the strongest team in the game currently, without a doubt. Darkhold is definitely scary. We're going into the Red Hulk Scourge coming up early this week, I believe on Tuesday. Hopefully it'll be ready on Tuesday. We'll see. 50 character shards for $35 is never a good deal, so that's trash. And then I don't know what they're doing with this. This used to be $750,000 for $100, and now they've lowered it to $625,000. I don't know. I never thought it was a good deal, even at $750,000. I certainly don't think it's a good deal at $625,000. So we'll move past these, and I think we're at the dregs of offer review. We're just going to scroll past. This might be helpful for your coordinated assault, which just started running. All right, and let's move past this. Nothing of interest here. We're going to toggle over to the free-to-play account and see what's going on. There is actually some pretty good offers for Dark Hunters, which is not the worst. If you want the Dark Hunter team, all right. Exclusive offer, we talked about that for this. That's for the Web Weaver. Pick your deal. That is for symbiotes. We've talked about that. Limited time offer right here. I don't see any value here at all. Well, I mean, you get 300 character shards for $30. So I guess if you need these characters to finish them up, but I think that these are very easily farmable. If that included the other two, Nico and Spider-Woman, I might feel differently about it. Anyways, this offer I like right here. Ghost Rider and Elsa have been farmable for a long time. Dr. Voodoo was recently put on a node and is node farmable. And then Morbius is not anywhere to be found currently. So what is this team, or is this team of interest to you? Maybe, maybe not. I think if you're interested in taking out Heroes for Hire and War, if you care about a War offense team, this team will do that. And then they were also a part of the Scourge team for Morgan Le Fay. So that's what this team does. If you can use them for those two things, then maybe this is worth $50. But anyways, he's not farmable anywhere, so that is of interest right there. Being able to spend $50 and get, two characters that are relatively harder to get, and then two older characters. But is War Offense and taking out Heroes for Hire of interest to you? I don't know. All right, let's move on to the Shield offer. We talked about that already. That is for Iron Man. We're going to skip over all the duplicate offers. We already talked about Beast. We talked about the Shield. Talked about Eternals. We've got some other ones here that are of interest. Kestrel, 50 character shards for $20. They have sold 50 character shards for $5 before, so that is not the best deal. We've talked about Mighty Thor. We talked about Scarlet Spider. And then I think we've got one other offer down here, which is for mercenaries, and that'll be the end. There it is right there. Mercenary team bundle. So the idea behind this is that there is a monthly payday event where if you have mercenaries at 7 stars, you can max out the event. And so this will help you move towards that. The problem is that this team is pretty much on the bench. I mean, the Underworld team took Taskmaster off of the team. Typically, these two were matched up with Taskmaster, but now Taskmaster has been pulled from that, and now he's on the Underworld team. So for me, these 5 right here are going to be on the bench and just used for Blitz. All right, well, that'll do it for today's offer review. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Dreaming.